Blue are we, but sinners saved by grace.
My name is Chris, and this is my hope story. I was brought up in a relatively Christian household. I was baptised as a baby, I believed in God, I went to Sunday school, I was in the Boys Brigade, and we went to church sometimes. Every so often we went to church. And I believed myself to be a Christian, I considered myself to be a Christian. But about 12 or 13, my perspective on that changed entirely, remarkably because of an off-the-cuff comment. I remember it now, my mum was explaining to my dad that my aunt had asked if we were going to church that Sunday. And my dad responded, "Why would we be going to church?" Which was a fair comment because we were rarely there, as I said. But it struck me at the time that seemed somewhat inappropriate for people professing to be Christians. If we are Christians, why weren't we going to church? So interestingly, that caused me to start going to various different churches, because I'd only ever been to the Church of Scotland. So I was interested to know what other churches were like and what other churches did. And from going to gospel preaching churches, I realised I wasn't a Christian. I was a sinner deserving of hell. But God, in His mercy, had provided a substitute who had taken the punishment for my sin. And that substitute was God Himself. It was Jesus Christ, God manifest in the flesh. He died for me, and on the third day He rose again. And so I turned from my sin, I turned to Him, I put my faith alone in Jesus, and God forgave me for the sins I'd committed against Him. God was merciful to me. And I'm not perfect, far from it. I still sin too often, I give in to temptation. But I know now God's patient faithfulness. God has been faithful to me, and the blood of Christ prevails against all my sin. And it's thanks to Jesus that I know forgiveness and I know hope.
Still